So it's a quarter after the hour. It's coming up a quarter after the hour. I'm testing this ATR breakout bot on the 1 minute chart right now. I just loaded like 3 different styles, different flavors. So hopefully I've got it right here. As far as I got, each one has its own separate robot. It's like 1 minute chart, 3 robots per pair. That's what it is. And I'm just letting the thing trade now. I'm down $10. It's been about 2 hours of trading. 10Ks, commissions, plus a spread. Very tight spread. I mean, commission. Right? Okay, we're up about $2. So I'm trying to get a objective approach to who's the best performing employee on the 1 minute chart, and can it trade this most liquid pairs on the planet is dollar, yen, and euro. So, so I did this once before, but I lost my patience with it. So I'm back to the objective non-directional breakout bot is what this is supposed to be. I think I took all the trend filters out because the trend's not your friend. And so if I am trading swing trading and this thing's trading behind me and it's making money, offsetting my trades because it has a different strategy. Maybe you blend it in behind your other trading. Maybe let it trade on one account. So when you want to run a robot, you want to open a nano account or a micro account so that you don't blow up the account. So a fast server nano account, there's like 10 nano brokers on the planet. And you just go there and do it, run on a cloud or whatever. If you don't want to use up your CPU. And maybe you do tell the robot, hey, but the robot should be, yes, you have 10 robots running per currency, at least, to pick up the slack from the bad trades from the one that's, but I'm designing it right now. But I have to figure out what is the trigger to get these robots into the trade. Do I do how to assess it objectively and do a nose-to-nose comparison? I guess run it real time here and then make slight adjustments like you would to a normal trade plan. Make slight adjustments. Anything too dramatic. And of course, this is on the 1 minute chart. I'm trying to force it to trade because I want to see, well, the delta. I'm adjusting the delta. I want to see if it's bracketing, how many pips it's thinking about. I think I put in 5 pips, and I could put 10 on another robot with a wider stop, and then you have to build wider stops and wider take profits for the one that's going to get in on that breakout that's way the fuck out there when the market really has some follow through and it's able to crush into a certain price. So if I switch everything to the 5 minute right now, it's kind of tough to watch the 1 minute bar chart, but this is it. This is the market. It's where it's been, where it hasn't been. There's no line on top. I could run a line on top, and then we could see the trend. That would be the price over time if I did a line chart on top, but I'm just trying to make it as crude as possible. I'll go a 5 minute. Let's see if it takes a trade. I can pause the video. If it takes a trade, I'll come back because it's boring, right? But I'm testing this with the commission brokers, so I'm getting the best spreads. So I can take the early breakout. I can make money. I'm down $8, and it's coming to the bottom of the hour. We could get some nice breakouts here in the next half hour as we go through the bottom of the hour, and the markets start to close in Europe, and the pressure's relieved, and here comes the other side of the trade. Right here comes the range traders. Here comes the breakout trade. The longer it goes sideways, the more pressure's built up. How tight are your stops? So if you're trading stop-to-stop strategy, that's what this thing is. Pretty much stops, I think, it's putting in. When I see the pendings there, they're not very long, and maybe I'm getting in too close to the market. I don't actually know. There's certain settings in here. So I'm going to post as far as I got here. You have to check everything that's in there. Maybe the name doesn't match the fucking thing. That's why I'm not selling it, because I would sell something that's all fucking jacked up with bugs, right? So this is fucking hack. This is life hack. Life's a life hack, right? MacGyver. So I'm an angry MacGyver. Think of it like that. And I just want to get this shit done. And I want to just get, I can build a robot that makes money. I don't know how to code, but I can adjust the settings. It's all in the settings, right? What's the settings you're using? Well, if you have in fact, I think I should do it, is just run MACD and just all in the same time frame, and you got 10 MAs. I guess you have to have different magic numbers for each EA. 10 moving averages, and one guy's making money, right? But it's a blend on one currency. 10 charts, one EA. I mean, 10 charts, one time frame. 10 EAs, because you need, each chart has its own EA. Then I guess 10 different magic numbers, right? But who's going to put that effort into that, right? Who's going to do that stuff? Like, I sit down with the band and I go, I got this great idea for a video. And they go, that's a great idea. Nobody ever does it. Nobody ever fucking takes any action on that. Look at, they got a day job, right? They just shot their wife and they're going to court, right? So all that kind of weird shit comes real life, right? And can you get to the platform? Well, I mean, I don't want to, when I'm sleeping, I want something that's going to churn a little bit of money. Like I can out-trade a robot. Anybody could. Could you out-drive a robot car? Yeah, because it's just not going to see this hot chick you need to pull over for, right? So it's not going to know shit like that. So, yeah, this is it. And this is taken from a guy that owns this idea is also in parallel with the guy, it's like a chat with trader site, but it's actually kind of lit. The guy has a really weird name, starts with ET something. It's that kind of show. I've heard all that stuff, you know. Trust me, Calvin, I've heard it all. But it's like, are you a swing trader? Are you a scalper? Are you big? It's all about how big you're in. Like you talk about pips all day long, but how big are you in? And do you have the patience to be in $1,000 drawdown to make 10 grand? Or are you, I just want to get in and out, hit, quit, and just, it all depends on what you're up for. But if you're sitting around all day, you should be able to build it. This is the crudest robot I could find. Literally, plus it's a blind bot. It takes trades I'd never take because it's just trading on a different criteria than me. I'm trading at the market going, looks like we're near the bottom. I'm going to buy. And I'm gauging how much margin. If I have the robot trading like just micro lots or nano lots, but a bunch of robots, you're bringing in other teams, right? So you can run a business, you can have a one-man business, right? You're a rock star, you go on tour. Or you're a guy that runs fucking 10 people working, and you make money, and you're making a percentage of everybody's effort, and you're make 20% on the whole company, or 10%. Most guys go out of business, actually. So this idea that only the 1%, well, the 1% is just people that, I guess they just specialize, you know? They just do this one thing, they get it down, they know how to do it. It's this whole victimhood shit. It's all incorporated out there. Like, you're a loser. It's so cute. Like, when somebody says you're a loser, I mean, like, that's a bad thing? Well, I just hate to update people like Kelvin. Dude, you're going to die, okay? You're so long, so you're going to be a complete cunt, right? That's your whole life. Like, you have nothing to offer. But his shit costs 50 grand. You know, he's special class. It's like that United class thing. That commercial, somebody did a mock-up commercial of that guy getting ripped off the plane. Fucking hilarious. There's people out there doing shit for free. It's so fucking talented. See, I would buy here, right? You see Atr, I don't know why the fucking robot's not putting a buy stop right here. This is what I can't understand. It's actually short right now, but it's long. It's in a hedge. I don't know what the fuck. I'm back down. I just lost those $2 now. It's not killing it, but it hasn't even shown its shining, gleaming, power. When the market heats up is when we can see what is really okay. So it's short and it's slightly long. It's more short than it is long on the yen on the 5-minute charts now. So we'll drop down the 1 minute, try to force it to trade. We're going to distort its point of view and go, well, what do you think about the 1 minute chart, Mr. Robot? Okay, so just put on a trade on this one guy got a hit. Now I had to pay attention to this name of this robot. This is the 5-5, and the delta is 1. And I think it's 1 pip. That's not good. I think we might be getting, we're putting on a hedge. It's forcing it to put on a hedge if we drop the delta down, but if we make the delta wider, it's going to get picked up on wide breakouts. So this one bot, and then you would look for the optimal stop. You maybe have 3 versions of this thing, slightly different stops. You have this nice, smooth, balanced 10-bot system on one currency. And that thing's just trading the euro. You're like, hey, it's doing all right. I've seen worse. Fuck. I mean, seen worse, right? It's taking criteria-based shit, and it's layered. 10 robots layered. Same concept entry, but different exits, and when the ATRs drop down to 5, the 20, if you have a 20 pip breakout bot, 18, 16, 14, 12, all the way down 8, you know. So you got 10 robots running in a 20 pip breakout zone, right? And it's scanning, and you can, once you figure out what the robot's thinking, you go, okay, switch time frames. I'm going to go sleep, put on the 20 pip bot, and just go for big monster fucking breakouts in the 4 hour, right? I ain't got time for this shit. And actually, if I put this on, it'll actually launch a trade here because it has a look back. Also, it has a settings in here that I don't understand. It has a multiply the last ATR. They're using these words in here. Now, I don't know if I need this shit to even run the bot, but every time I try to edit shit in code, it's like, oh, error, it's looking for this now. You fucked up. You can't just like semi-edit. It will open positions of the market. I see open position of the market. It will also offset. This is probably the most complicated robot because it's so simple. Now it's forcing you to come up with a trade plan, actually. When you look in here, there's shit like ATR increase, true. ATR increase, false, on exit. Now, if you just change one of those fucking numbers and you ran the exact same, you just change one thing. Now you got the 5-minute charts on the Eurodollar. You put up those two charts and you're just literally going notch by notch. Oh, hey, what happens when I do this? What happens when I do that? You would also do that in a very short sample set, zip through a thing and tune the robot, tune the breakout bot to fit that one ATR. Now that guy's tuned up. Now bring in and go for 10 more, 9 more. This way you cover the spectrum from a 5 pip breakout all the way to a 10 or 20, whatever it is. Maybe you have 3 robots and you just have a crude incrementation. You have like 6, 12, 18, right? 6, 12, 18. Well, I guess 18, it comes in with one more ticket, right? At least you've got 3 tickets now. One's the long target, one's the scalp, one's the midterm blast, right? One gets out on wave 3, one gets out on wave 5, one gets out on wave 1. So one exits on wave 1 on the odds, right? Exits on the price pulses in Elliott wave are odd up, even down. Odd up, even down. So, but maybe you put a limit bot on top. Now, once you introduce every robot into this system, every single like crude bot that's like basically you have like a palette of like 64 Crayola crayons when we're kids with a sharpener. And now you can be very artistic about how you employ your team of robots because you don't want the guy that's a meth head hanging out with the heroin guy, right? They do that. They're both so talented in their own little special field, right? And you don't want to let this heroin guy go without heroin too long because then he's not going to show up at work at all. He's working maybe for the money to get high. Who knows, right? But in the robot world, it's kind of funny because you're designing a person. If you think about each robot being a person, it's going to look at the market. What shit we got here? Well, I'm putting a trade on right now. So actually, an EA that talks like that would be, even if somebody could code that, now that would be so hilarious. Like, you're getting a signal from this hillbilly bot you built, right? And it's, instead of it just order place, it goes, we in. Like, we're hog long. Like, can you imagine that? Now, that's where we're going, right? The guy, I would pay for a robot that fucking had its spoken voices when it put on trades, and when it put on a sophisticated Gartley trade or something, well, this is going to be an advanced pattern entry. Then it's like, we, when it gets into the market, it goes, woohoo, we in. Like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So each robot needs, so you know, right? You know which robots, you don't have to look at the fucking thing. What number robot was that? Oh, you know that was a fucking market order. Yeah. Hold on, honey. Let's get a second mortgage. Okay, so now I'm using $56 of margin right now, and we're up a goddamn $7. Now here comes the bottom of the hour. Let's see if I can scalp let's see if a robot can scalp, get something out of this thing. And I'll go for the best performing robot. Is this 555? And I just made the I think this is a delta of 5 here, actually. So that is going to definitely be, yeah, that's delta of 5. So that's, I'm saying that's going to, and I made the profits. Let's see, I don't got that right. I had to dig through it. I did change the profits on one of these. Okay. That, yeah, because what the number says there is wrong. But, okay. So the problem here is I can't see if it's going to take profits. If we're 10 pips away, it'll change color. And I can't see the comments because the screen's not wide enough. I'd have to... you can't turn off any more of these columns, which is really terrible. Like, you can't take off any other headings. You just have to scrunch it. Turn off auto arrange. So we just took out some more margin, and we just took another trade. I noticed. You can see the pendings don't last long, especially if the delta. I guess if the delta is really wide, it's going to sit there hanging for a while. Then there's a retry. How many retries in here? It's very complicated. So anybody that knows how to code, not code, but knows what a fucking setting is, or understands what it's talking about in here. It has a trailing stop. Now, I'm trying to go here with a little greedy. So I have a greedier robot, and I'm going to just make a few pips right now. And of course, not to mention, after you're all said and done, you may come back and actually adjust the sizing from 5K to 1K or from 4K to 1K. If you go 4K to 1K, once you get past 5K and stuff, it's kind of ridiculous because, you start to really crush your that fantastic window of low riskness. I don't know if it's taking profits or it's getting stopped out. I can't tell. I'd have to watch the history on this. Go into this history. Okay, so start with 25 grand. So whatever it's cashing out on here, it's taking a hit here. We're definitely just treading water. We're just treading water. Let's see, to buy down here, I can't tell. It's just treading water. So, not a killer system by any means. It's kind of a experimental thing, really. I mean, you have to see what. Of course, I'm on an hour chart here, and it just picked up a trade. Like I said, it will trade on the 1 hour. See how it plays the orders here. So it'll actually trade on the. I'm just trying to force it to trade. So if I put everybody in the 1 hour, it'll actually come in and assess that, and it'll actually place a trade. Almost just see right there. Just put out trade on a time frame. Pretty sure. No. No, that's left over. It's just scrunched down here. Let me delete all objects. Okay, so now if I just go scanning, I'll go to the 5, see if it sees it set up. You could have a mouse recorder, a macro bot do this, where it just comes by and changes the time frame occasionally, and everybody refreshes. So here it should be putting on some type of trade, maybe on the 15 because of that small ATR. So let go on the 15. You can't speed up the playback of real trading though, so that's kind of a disappointment. Very disappointed. Okay, so that's what we're just trading water. 110. I've been at this equity level for like another half hour now. So it's not blowing up the account. Got to give it, it hasn't broken a coffee cup yet in the coffee room. Okay, let's see. It's pretty boring because it's the end of the week, and there may be a slight move coming now in the next. Like when the market gets quiet like this, I'm expecting these breakout bots to start to stack up. I should see pendings coming in down here, but I'm not. That's a little disappointing. But maybe it's waiting for the end of the 15 minutes or something. So I'm eternally bored to death with this robot. So I went to the 1 minute chart. This thing took a trade here on this one robot here. And this is the 5 pip stop. Looking to make 10 with a 20 pip trailing stop, I think. I try to make the order that they call it out in this code here. So take profits first, stop. So I'm only looking to make 5 pips here. It's really ungreedy. And it's sitting there waiting to get filled on the, it's going to sell more dollar yen. Okay, now it looks like they trapped them. Equity is just down $3. Spreads are super tight. We are paying like about half a pip in commissions, I think, at least. So you're looking at a 1 pip spread hard, I'd say, one pip spread. Across all those expenses and slippage and all that nonsense. Still sitting here down a whole dollar. Just waiting for it. Okay, so I'm making money right now. Making money. I'm up $7. I was at 10. I noticed there's a sell pending here. A sell stop is pending on one of these robots on the yen side. Don't see it. It's probably 10 pips below. Well, I don't see it. I mean, what the fuck is it? It should be at least 10 pips below. Maybe it's fake. Maybe it's a trick. Oh, you know, it says sell stop. How can you have a sell stop up there? Sell stop got to be below. Well, anyways, I put fucking thing. I guess, it's left over because I'm trading inside the spread, so it's stuck. So that's odd. That's odd. And I'm up $6. Pretty quiet day. Okay. It's crazy. We're up $10 now. We're up $10 in holding, and I'm tempted to take all profits because if I do, I think the thing's going to try to put on another trade. So I'm close all profits right now because I'm at 18. Now I cashed out at 21, and it's going to come out with new orders. So when you get out, each robot is going to start placing new orders. So when you cash out, if you're just watching it and the thing's up $300, get it the fuck out, right? It just made the best mistake. It's like a guy makes a genius move, right? That's how they invent shit. It's like, oops, Reese's peanut butter cup, right? That's one thing I do know about this robot. I've run it. You can't do this in Strategy Tester. You need to do it in Markets Open. So I'll be running it. I have to change all the numbers, but you can run it on Bitcoin. You go to a broker that's got Bitcoin, unless you have to move 3 decimal points. You have to make your take profit. Instead of having 100, it has to be $10,000 take profit. 10,000 pips, or whatever you want to call them. Increments inside the robot. You need to add 3 zeros if you could run this on Bitcoin. At least you can see what it's thinking, right? So I'm up. I'm up here. I'm basically just up $10. But I'm up $10. Right? Better than a kick in the head. Better than a stick in the eye. That's what they used to say in the old neighborhood. Okay, now we're just going to wait, see how it performs. So 3 robots, 2 currencies, 6 charts. I'm up $1. Now, when I go up on these profits here, if I start making money here of any degree, I just click on close all profit. I'm up another $3. If I wait until the 15-minute traders come in, which is pretty soon here. Here we go. Okay, it's trading right into 2 minutes before the 15-minute charts update. It's about $3, and I'm using margin usage. And when it's cashed out, it sets up another rack. So it's all about adjusting the delta, getting the right take profits, and running multiple instances, like at least 3 versions, because that one guy is making money, the other guy isn't. You can't run one robot. You can't run one EA and make money. Okay, now I'm at $10. So do I cash out? I'm getting out because it's going to put in new tickets. I'm just taking money off the table all the time. Okay, it just got in. It took a hit just getting into this trade. It just took on commissions. It's down $2, $4 in commission. some cashing out along the way. Nothing magical, just math, you know. You got to get that. Take something off the table. If this thing's up 10, 20 bucks right now, I'm just going to sit here and go, click. You're kind of babysitting a robot. Hey, it's doing good. Get the fuck out. Pull him off the desk. He just made a fucking... He spilled his coffee and he put it on a big fat finger trade, and he's fucking right about this trade. Let it go. Look at him. Let it go. Look at this guy. It's so funny because some guy will invent something or some total, you know, goober to the 10th power, right? He's... Dude, that's brilliant. Yeah, I was just fucking around with the thing and... Dude. Man, you missed your calling. They broke the mold when they made you. You know everything. He's a guru. What's his name? Well, I can't tell you that. Ooh, it's 10 grand to get his name. It's 20 grand to meet him. It's like the guy at the top of the mountains meditating. Come to me. What is your problem? Well, I'm really impatient. I was in this great trade and I shit my pants and then it went my way after that. So I started buying Depends. Oh, look, it's finding trades. Look at this. 1 minute charts. I'm forcing this. I'm abusing my employees. I'm running them on the 1 minute. I'm like, okay, now I want you to look at that 1 minute chart. You're looking for a Gartley. No cipher or a Gartley. Son, I told you not to make fun of geometry. That is my skill set. I'm actually doing so. I talked to the guy last night forever, and he's trading fucking no indicators, making money. Making money straight fucking 7 months making money. If I told you how you traded, you wouldn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I said, dude, you're making money like this? He's like, yep. That's what this robot's built on. He's going to love this robot. I mean, I love the idea of just being a static, non-directional trader. I don't give a fuck. Why should you care? Right? Quadrophenia. Why should you care? Yeah, because don't you understand, man? I'm using a fucking triangle. What are you using? Well, I don't know. I'm just using my gut. Well, of course, anybody has a nice tight ratio. We're all going to make money. I don't know what the big problem is with what you don't. You don't. It's just because you don't have a scalping plan doesn't mean. Well, you know, if you have a swing, if you're a swing trader and all you do is swing trade, then you know, okay, you're happy, right? But you get bored with styles, right? Like, who wants to play country music their whole life? I think the country guys have built a career on making a bunch of money playing country. And they're like, damn, I wish I could just cut loose and be a rock and roll player. Those rock and roll players making a bunch of money. I'm busting my ass and I'm wearing this 10-gallon hat and I'm being this guy, and it's like, what an industry. I remember when this hot chick came along, and Shania Twain, she was the wrecking ball for country music. She was the Miley Cyrus to what Miley Cyrus is to pop music. She was at the country, and people, oh my God, put a shirt on. And yeah, it's a young country, young kids. Like, where's the country hip hop? Like, when are we going to start to do some high end blends? I want to hear drop country, chill country music. Where's the creativity out here, people? What the fuck? Well, I'm on a moving average too, you know. Okay. Hey, Gerald, we got a setup. Pull the trigger. Okay. Hey, what's on TV tonight? I don't know. Some guy next door is building a robot, and there's power sags. Yeah, we were going to record him, but the company won't. The power company's so happy with him, they bought a security force for him to guard him from people coming in and trying. I heard he's mining bitcoins. Yeah, he's running night. He's got that chilled below zero shit in the basement, running all the processors, video cards dipped in. What is it? Not nitrous oxide. That's what you take when you're laughing gas. No, it's the nitrogen. Yeah, I heard he's in there. We don't know if he's child trafficking or he's making bitcoins in there. Little puffs of smoke coming off the processor. Got some hot girl down there hitting it with a fire extinguisher, chilling out the processor. Look at, we're almost done with. Don't let it crash now. Big RAM boards upstairs. Yeah, you strung together a bunch of, like a Franken computer. You took a bunch of baby computers and running them all. There's a guy that had like 120, he had 64 solid state drives running in a RAID system. Like, okay, man, you need that? Well, just in case, man, if I run out of RAM.
I'm ignoring him.
Okay, we're up $2. Wow, this good idea, buddy. No, you got a nice. Oh no,
How
we believe in
is
you.
Teddy and Lola?
He's the
Polly, sorry.
He's the EA guru. Yeah. How come you only make $3 a day? Can you explain this to us? You're churning the account. Your commissions are $100 a day. You're claiming $30 a day profit on this EA.
Oh, hello.
Oh yeah, you know what you're doing. Yep, you're that guy, right? Okay, we're almost at the $30 level. But coming into the top of the hour, this is a big deal here. We have 1 minute left. And we were up in profits there, and I see that it cashed out of something. I was trying to do an objective testing here. We're not making a bunch of money, but we are making money. Okay. Percentage to the account, we're not doing that good.